6 rounds. Rick Enis hoping to stop Tommy Morrison's streak. He's 15-0 with 13 knockouts, and here are some of the reasons why.
Tommy the Duke Morrison is a young heavyweight starting to make some waves. The 20-year-old was too much for Mike Robinson, hurting him to the body here in the first round. And then he would end things here in the second. Against the more experienced Jesse Shelby, Morrison's power and body assault continued. Jesse wouldn't last past the second round. And if the edges are still rough, Tommy is showing great finishing power as a pro. And he hopes to continue that tonight against Rick Enis.
So there's a look at Tommy Morrison. So far, a perfect record. He takes on Rick Enis tonight. Let's meet them now with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Harrah's Lake Tahoe Casino Hotel here in State Line, Nevada, where tonight, Top Rank Incorporated and the undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, presents professional boxing for your entertainment. These bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Gottam. Commissioners Jay Nady, Dwayne Ford, Freddie Little, and Dr. James Nave. The executive director is Chuck Minker. Physicians at ringside are Dr. Edward Dene and Dr. James McLennan. The timekeepers tonight, John Rogers and Steve Menzel. The 3 judges for the first bout will be Doug Tucker, Lillian Running Wolf, and Bert Clements. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started with 6 rounds in the heavyweight division. The referee for this first bout is Mills Lane. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the blue trunks with white trim and weighs an even 190 pounds. He's from Union City, Indiana. A veteran of 32 professional bouts, including 15 KOs and 18 victories against 13 defeats and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, the Midwest Mauler, Rick Enis. And fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with stars and stripes trim, he weighs an even 211 pounds. Fighting out of Kansas City, he's undefeated with a professional record of 15-0, 13 KOs. Introducing Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Okay, all right, we've already had your truck in the dressing room. Now look, if he goes right here, I'm not going to call him low, all right? Any questions over here? Over here, let's get it on, come on.
Mills Lane with a little speech. There's Tommy Morrison coming off a 2-round knockout. He has been on a roll, of course, we mentioned. Bill Caton now managing him. Rick Enis, former footballer, a running back at the University of Indiana, actually had a cup of coffee, if you will, with the Denver Broncos, the National Football League. Now a fighter in his 33rd professional fight, and now he figures that experience really is his edge here.
Rick Enis has got a good right hand, which I think would be a good hold. He's hurt already by the hook.
Left hook. Down goes Enis. That was a thing of beauty.
5, 6, 7, 8. How we doing, all right?
Well, I didn't even have a chance to say when we spoke with Rick Enis this morning. He said, I got to stay away from that left hook.
And he immediately got hit with it. He's still in trouble. And I think it's very difficult to fight Tommy Morrison when you're right there at his range and trading punches with him. You've got to make him move and mix him up a little bit.
Tommy Morrison, very heavy-handed puncher, needless to say. 13 knockouts in 15 fights will attest to that, but he's another one of those guys whose punches even sound different.
And he and Ray Mercer, who we're going to see later on, have fought as amateurs, and Mercer won a decision over Tommy the Duke Morrison. Maybe somewhere along the line as pros, they'll get together. You can't stand in and let Morrison wing those left hooks.
Another good body shot a moment ago by Morrison. He's a devastating body puncher as well. What he feels he has to learn, he says, is he has to learn a little bit more about defense. He wants to get quicker, he wants to get stronger, and he feels those are all things that can be taught. None of those things are necessarily inbred. Still a long way to go for Rick Enis in round number 1.
I think Rick Enis should be constantly moving to his left, away from that hook. Make Morrison beat you with the right hand.
Morrison's not careless with that left hand either, like a lot of young fighters. He doesn't leave it out there.
Remember, remember Michael Spinks when he fought Jerry Cooney? He kept his right hand so high, literally ducked off to the left and begged Cooney to try and hit him with the right hand and said, "You are not going to beat me with that left hook." If I was Rick Ennis and I was fighting Morrison, that's the kind of strategy I would employ.
Ennis does have his legs back under him now, but he was really rocked with the left hook. There's an uppercut, and that's probably going to be it.
5, 6, 7, 8. How we doing? Come here. All right, go ahead.
And Mills Lane will let it go.
One more knockout and it's over. That's it.
Well stopped by Mills Lane. Impressive win against an experienced opponent for Tommy Morrison.
I'm going to tell you something. Forget everything else. One thing about this bout, the left hook of Tommy Morrison is getting shorter and more compact every time he boxes. And that's, to me, is more important than anything else. Whether he gets knockouts or doesn't, he's facing journeyman heavyweights. The bottom line is, those are not wide looping left hooks, Barry. Those are short, compact punches that should hurt almost any heavyweight if he lands.
He has some good people with him. Of course, he mentioned Bill Caton now. You know the story on Bill Caton. Brought Mike Tyson along as a youngster, and he also has John Brown. A lot of experience in his corner. You're going to hear a lot from this guy, no question about it.
I'll tell you, I was sitting at home watching on television the last time Tommy Morrison fought on ESPN, and I looked at him and I thought, young man with power. He looked better tonight.
Yes,
better than he did the last time, don't you think?
In fact, I've seen him improve with every outing. We saw him back at Bally's in Atlantic City. That was 2 fights ago. He was impressive there, but really wasn't fighting an opponent who was nearly as experienced as the one he had tonight. He looked better in his next fight, and tonight he topped it off.
And there we see him now. There's the left hook on the top of the head. Now, that wasn't a perfect left hook, and yet it still gave Rick Ennis all kinds of trouble. And then the last knockdown before they stopped it. Nice uppercut on the inside by Morrison. There. And so, not just a left-handed puncher, and clubbed him with a good right hand.
I'd say it was a nice uppercut. In fact, that's reminiscent of Mike Tyson at an early stage in his career with an uppercut to knock Jose Ribalta out. Let's get the official word now from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mills Lane stops the bout at 2 minutes 45 seconds of the very first round. That's the 8th time this young man has had a KO in the first round. The winner by TKO, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
2:45 of the first round, didn't take long. Most impressive win for a most impressive young heavyweight, Tommy Morrison. So Morrison has come up with an outstanding first round win over a fighter, good or bad, that had 32 fights. Back to talk with him after this.
Tommy Morrison may have watched ESPN when he was a kid, but Tommy, tonight you're on ESPN, and you fought extremely well tonight, showing us, I think, maybe the best left hook you've shown as a pro.
Well, I feel it's something we work on a lot. You're staying busy on the inside, and I think that's what kind of brought things around tonight. The guy he's been in and out of the ring a lot, he's had a lot of experience and that sort of thing. So I had to stay busy on the inside, and I think that's what did it for us.
All right, let's take a look, if we can, now at some of the action and the spot at which you first hurt him, I believe. There's the left hook. This is where you knock him down in that round.
It was kind of right on the high on the temple. I noticed he was carrying his right hand a little low, and the left hook is one of my better punches. So it's just kind of a matter of time, working it in, getting it in on the right spot.
And you showed us you have more in your arsenal as well. We're going to see here not only the hook, but this excellent uppercut. Is that a punch you're working on?
That's something we work on the uppercut, which is relates to the inside. What we stress a lot in the gym, working on the inside and that sort of thing. So everything kind of came together for us, and we're real fortunate things went our way tonight.
Well, that was an excellent performance. As you go on as a professional, the guy you fought tonight was not a big heavyweight. He was a smaller man. What do you expect the biggest obstacle to be for you to overcome?
Well, this fight tonight, I expect the guy to move a little more than he did. I was surprised that, he weighed in at a little over 190, I think, and I was surprised that he stood stationary with me. I expect him to move a little bit more. When I get in with the bigger guys, I might be the one that has to be, not remain a stationary target. So there's a lot of things we need to improve on, but this is step one.
Right. Familiar figure over here to my right, Bill Caton, who has, of course, managed Mike Tyson and been involved in boxing for years. Bill, when you look at this young man, what's your realistic goal in terms of a timetable for him?
About 2 years before he can challenge for the title. He'll be moved along very slowly. He's doing 6-round fights. His first 8-round fight will be in December as an undercard of the Duran-Leonard fight.
He's going to be fighting in Jacksonville on the 19th, isn't he?
Yes, in 2 weeks. He'll be fighting in Jacksonville, also on the same card with Ray Mercer.
All right, so you think a 2-year timetable is realistic?
That's what we're figuring on.
All
Yes.
right. Congratulations to you on a big win, Tommy. Excellent. So Tommy Morrison wins one with, what else? The left hook, but some other good punches thrown in as well. Coming up, you're going to get to see the silver medalist, Michael Carbajal.
Air conditioners, pressure
Builder Square. We buy by the trainload. Direct from top manufacturers. There's no middleman, no frills, no membership fees. And at Builder Square, we won't be undersold. Ever.